Hello, cuties, and welcome. I can't believe that I'm saying this to the first ever episode of the pregame. I'm your host, Kayla Nicole, but really, I'm just your homegirl, okay? Your go-to for all things pop culture, maybe a little trending tea, or just those unfiltered conversations in your group chat. You know how sometimes the best moments are before the party? Well, this is your warm-up before the main event, whether that's a night out, a deep scroll through the chaotic internet, or just life itself. So grab a drink, maybe a face mask, get comfy, and let's get into it. Because the best part of any night out is always the pregame. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. Like, I talk to my phone a lot doing influencer stuff, but sitting in a room with all these mics and cameras, talking to myself, next level strange. But let's jump into things. I think this show is going to be broken down into 4 quarters, like, you know, a sporting event, pregame. Okay, keep it cute. The first quarter is going to be catch up and yap. Well, before we do that, I should make myself a cocktail because what's a pregame without a little libation? Dear Media was kind enough. Wait, it's going to be so loud. There we go. Dear Media was kind enough to provide me with a shaker because I was just going to make this martini raw dog diggity and put it in the cup. But this is so much cuter. Okay, my cocktail of choice for today's episode is a spicy martini, extra dirty. And I'm using some jalapeno stuffed olives. So this is actually gonna be really tasty. I also think you're supposed to put vermouth or something in your martini. Not that classy. There we go. Okay. I hope you heard how long that pour was, because extra dirty. When I say extra dirty, I mean filthy. Filthy nasty. Okay. She's a bartender. Okay, cheers. Let's taste. Oh my God, wow. She knows her stuff, okay? One thing she can make is a martini, honey. Okay, so first segment, catch up and yap. I feel like this is a really good opportune time for you guys to learn about me. I Googled myself before I came in today, and according to the internet, the internet is a strange place. According to the internet, I'm a multimillionaire who works at ESPN, and although that is very cute, that is very inaccurate. I'm not quite a millionaire, sister, but I appreciate that. I really do. But some fun facts about me. So my name is Kayla Nicole, obviously. I'm 33 years old. I'm a SoCal native. I live here in Los Angeles, California, but I am originally from Corona, California. Cute little suburb, probably like an hour and a half outside of LA. I went to college at Pepperdine University. I have a degree in broadcast journalism with an emphasis in political science. And I've been in the entertainment industry ever since I got that little degree of mine, okay? The internet says I worked at ESPN, not true, but I have worked at places like TMZ, Oprah Winfrey Network, Ball is Life. I used to be the in-game host for the Lakers. I've done a lot of cool things. And currently, I'm what you would call a multi-hyphenate. I have so many damn jobs. Sister needs a break, okay? One of them being, I'm currently the host of I'm Athlete Daily, which is a show on the I'm Athlete platform in partnership with Revolt, which is a sports talk show. So for all my girlies who like sports, or maybe even just a little bit of pop culture, we do all of the things. Come check us out. I'm also a content creator. I've been acting a little bit. I have a show out right now called The Family Business, New Orleans on BET+. You can catch me in that. Oh my gosh. Also, according to Google, I'm a reality TV star. Oh, never in a million years did I ever think you could describe me as a reality TV star, but here we are. I was on the last season of Special Forces on Fox, and I passed selection. Me and one other person, Brody Jenner. Shout out to Brody. Gotta have him on the show eventually. But yeah, I do all of the things. I'm truly the definition of a multi-hyphenate person. I feel like I'm at a really good place in my life. I'm working a lot, which I'm really thankful for. I think there was a time where I was desperate for work. And now I would love a day off. But I'm very thankful. I travel a lot. The people at TSA have pretty much learned my first name. And that's great for me. I'll read my journal entry to you guys. from this morning. This is how my brain works. So I challenge myself every day when I wake up to not be on my phone, because naturally that's what I will do. I will check my Instagram, check my email, check my text. But I try to give myself 30 minutes when I wake up to just be present and to write my thoughts into my notes. So these are my notes as I prepared for this first episode today. I wrote, I would cuss my best friend out if she asked me to come over and get ready, and I had to bring my 4 bags of glam. I think I was thinking about this whole like pregame moment, and the reality is like my girlfriends and I will be on FaceTime pre-gaming with each other, but the thought of actually going to their homes to pregame just seems ridiculous. Like, we're not 12. I have 2 bags of makeup. I have a hair bag. I have 3 different hair tools that I use. It's just way too much. So I love that we can virtually pregame together, okay? My other note, I have in quotes, are you sick or depressed? No, sir, I just need my lashes done. Can we please normalize women not wearing lashes anymore? Like, I am a repeat lash offender. I've been wearing lash extensions probably since lash extensions started, like the little individual ones, right? I decided recently I'm going to take a little break because it's giving bald. Decides to take a break, and now every time I FaceTime a man, they're like, hey, are we okay? Are we depressed? Are we sad? It's like, no, bro, I just don't have any lashes, okay? I'm not sick. You're supposed to love me as I am, right? Like, what happened to those days? It's really, it's making me a little self-conscious. It's okay though. Okay, my last note. I'm taking myself on dates these days. This is so emo. I'm taking myself on dates these days. It costs $30 to go to the MoMA. Oh my gosh, girl. Which is sweet though. I think why I put the cost $30 is because we're constantly debating like $200 dates on the internet. When the reality is like, you could take her to the MoMA for 30, a total of 60, you and her. This idea that you have to spend some exorbitant amount to entertain the opposite sex is just silly. Meanwhile, instead of waiting for somebody's ashy son to do so, I'm out here taking myself on dates. So cheers to me and my $30 dates. Amen. Okay, great ketchup and yap. I think we're all cut up. I don't know if I'm ever going to share my morning notes again. That was impromptu. Okay, for the second quarter of the pregame, we're going to discuss trending topics. I think it's a little ironic that I'm starting my own podcast because I don't really listen to very many. And I often ask so many mics, what about the doctors? I literally am someone who will die on that hill. Like, okay, I understand that everyone has a mic these days, but what about the stethoscopes? What about the wrenches? What about any other industry? I just don't know. I don't know if we all need to put a mic in front of our face. I Googled this today. As of January 2025, there are over 6 million podcasts in the world. Obviously, like, that number will vary depending on like what's active and what's inactive. 6 million podcasts. And immediately all I can see is like 6 million men sitting in a basement somewhere debating about like why women should just shut up and cook. I don't know, guys, if we need more mics or we need more books. It's concerning. I also found this stat. It said that the podcast industry is growing rapidly with more than 546 million listeners worldwide. The podcast market is valued at $23.56 billion. So obviously super lucrative, very popular. It's trending right now to have a podcast. These stats were important to me though, because I think being in the entertainment space, what was important to me if I was going to start my own podcast was to take the initiative and make sure that every episode you leave with a little something. So whether that's a little laughter, a little joy, maybe it's some nugget of information that you didn't know before. I vow to use this podcast and this little mic here as really a vessel of just joy, peace, light in your life. I have zero intention of using my platform to create salacious content that ruins people's lives, or to get on here and be nasty and have some low vibrational debate about $200 dates. My hope is that this will be a safe space to have open, honest conversations, to have a couple laughs, to share a couple drinks, and really create an environment where people can feel vulnerable, right? Vulnerable enough to let their hair down, to speak their truth, but also to like learn about themselves, about life, and, you know, take away some nuggets in the end. So that's the vision. That's the goal. And you guys have the right to hold me accountable too, as you always do. So if you ever feel like we're getting off the beaten trail and the goal of this podcast, you know, leave me a little DM, a little comment, and let me know, because accountability is important to me. And I don't take my platform lightly. So this means a lot to me to be in this position. And I promise to do my best with the platform that I have. Okay, third quarter was going to be Ask the Chat. So I posed a question on my Instagram. I said, it's 2 a.m. in the bathroom at the bar. I run into you while reapplying my lip. Ask me something. So the questions from this segment will be all from you guys. First question, what perfume are you wearing? Okay, I'm wearing Baccarat Oud. But Oud specifically is a more masculine scent. It's the one that's in the blue bottle. And in my opinion, it smells like sex. And not like, okay, maybe sexy would be the proper word to use. It smells like a man you might want to have sex with. And that's what I smell like. I walk around smelling like the men that I want to date. I don't know if it's reverse psychology. I don't know if I'm trying to attract them like a pheromone. I don't know, but I have a obsession with masculine scents. That's like my signature. I'm not a light and floral girly. I always go for the dark and moody musk, oak, wood scents. And I get a lot of compliments. So that's what I'm wearing, girl. Okay, next question. I love your tattoos. May you share the meaning. I'll go with one of my favorites, though. I have one here on my arm. It's really small script, and it says, I wish you heaven. I got this tattoo because of my dad. This is what he signs all of my birthday cards and Christmas cards, and he's done that for years and years and years now. And I think it's such a beautiful wish to give someone, right? Like we wish people joy and happiness and peace, but to wish someone heaven is like the ultimate wish for someone. And I just think it's so eloquent, and it's really cute and dainty. So that's one of my faves. Sis, are you having your way with the men out here or not? Okay. Right, we're getting a little spicy. Okay, am I having my way with the men? Oh, okay, yes or no? Maybe, kinda, sorta. I think that if I was having my way, though, I would be like in a relationship. You know what I mean? I'm a relationship girly through and through. So if I was having my way, I would be sat down in the house somewhere, tucked away. Yeah. What Drake say? I should put you somewhere where no one can find you. That's, if I was having my way, that's what I would be doing. But on the other half, like I do think that I am enjoying myself, right? I do think that I'm in my bachelorette pad in the high-rise Sex in the City era. You know, you go on dates and you get cute dresses and you go to dinner and you have nice cocktails. So kind of started having my way. But once again, if I was having my way for real, I would be wiped up. I'm not gonna lie. All right, next question. Have you ever been told you have a celeb lookalike? You know, the most consistent lookalike comment I get is Sierra. Y'all may or may not know I dressed up as her for Halloween this past year. Did a little 1-2. And yeah, that was pretty fire. But yeah, Sierra is my celeb lookalike, supposedly. I don't know if I really see. I think we could be cousins for sure, but dead lookalike, I don't know. Do I hit up Mr. Ol situationship, who's supposedly my twin flame? Supposedly your twin flame. So my advice in this situation would be absolutely not, sister. Okay? There's a quote that says, never let an old flame burn twice, which means you shouldn't let this man burn you twice. Okay? Like if you already allowed this person into your life, into your orbit, if he was such your twin, he would still be around. He never would have left. He would have known your worth and your value, seen the amazing woman that you are, and would have done everything in his power to keep you. So, no. My vote is no. You do not hit up Mr. Ol's situationship. And the fact that you called him a situationship is a red flag in itself, because you didn't even say relationship, which means y'all was just doing the nasty. And there's plenty of other people to do the nasty with. So no, thank you. Next caller. Has dating someone who is... Uh-oh. Okay, wait. Wait a minute. I should have screened these questions before we do. Okay, wait. Has dating someone who is in the public eye altered the way you move in relationships now? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to get a little spicy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am like John Cena now with men. You don't see me. You don't see me with a man, and you won't ever see me with a man ever again until I'm married with kids. Scout's honor. To men, for some reason, they take this as me being sneaky, but in reality, it's like I'm protecting me and I'm protecting you. I don't think that I ever want to publicly date another man until I am absolutely sure that they are my long-term person, just because I want to protect the things that mean most to me. And sometimes when you're a little too open and you're a little too transparent, you open yourself up to a world of opinion, a world of entitlement. People want answers. People think that you owe them an explanation about every single thing in your relationship, every up and down and happy or sad moment. And I want to be able to love without the pressure. So yeah. How do you keep from bloating? Your stomach stay flat. I look at food and I got a gut. Sis, me too. Honestly, first of all, you better love that gut, okay? That gut serves so much purpose in your life. Our bodies are more than just aesthetic, first of all. But I think also you have to acknowledge the fact that bloating, I mean, I don't know if this is a woman or a man, but bloating is a part of life. I do think that what helps me most with bloating is increasing my fiber intake and minimizing my dairy intake. That combo will keep you snatched. Also, make sure that you're drinking enough water. I think that that's like a very underrated health advice. Drink more water. It'll clear up your skin. It'll clear up those arteries. It might be backed up a little bit, especially if you're eating too much dairy. Oh, I love this one. And also, these are only questions that y'all would be asking me if you saw me in the bathroom at 2 a.m. Because why else would you ask me this? Okay, did you think twice about attending the Super Bowl? Did you think twice about attending the Super Bowl? Hell no, I didn't think twice about it. The biggest day in sports, the biggest game of all of the games. Did I think twice? A girlie that loves sports, that wants to go to the game. A person who's literally like waiting for the text. Hey, you trying to go to the game? Yes, I want to go to the game. I want to go to every game. I want to go to the basketball games, the football games, the baseball games, the soccer games. I want to go to the tennis matches. I want to go to all the games. So no, I didn't think twice about attending the Super Bowl, especially if I didn't have to pay for my ticket. My ticket was free. Okay, that is my middle name. Kayla Nicole Free Brown. Last question. How many guys are in your DMs on a daily basis? Not enough. Not enough. I need you guys to increase. All right. We're hitting a low. I think maybe you're a little intimidated. You're a little scared. I'm not going to screenshot you guys. I'm not going to screenshot you. I'm not going to put you in the group chat. I would never do that. You are safe with me. Okay. This is a safe space. DM me more. Okay. I think that Instagram has become like the #1 dating site, and people are like ashamed to admit that. But I'm signed up for Instagram before I'm signing up for Raya, which I'm on, by the way. And I hate it over there. So yeah, Instagram, DM me. You want to hang out? You want to go out? DM me at I am Kayla Nicole. The DMs are open. Flood them. Thank you so much. Okay, brief martini intermission. Honestly, you guys, I broke my hard tequila fast. I was doing really good the month of January. I did no hard liquor, no wine. I felt like 20-year-old, fresh skin, fresh baby skin in the morning. I was just so well rested and rejuvenated every morning. Then February came. Super Bowl happened. All-Star Weekend happened. And I found myself dabbling back in the bottle. I sound like I have a problem. But can I just say that there is such a huge difference in how you feel when you drink versus when you don't drink. Even if you would do something as small as like no hard liquor, only drink wine. Can I recommend that? Because I don't know, wine doesn't have the same effect. And I was doing that for a few weeks too. And it was like, I was the girly out at the lounge with a glass of Cabernet, and everyone was kind of looking at me like, wow, she's so sophisticated. Wow, she has her life together. It's like, exactly. I'm exactly who you think I am. Meanwhile, film's first episode podcast and drinks 2 very strong martinis. I don't know, guys. Okay, but the point of me saying that, though, was to recommend that, okay, maybe you don't want to go cold turkey and cut out liquor entirely, but can I suggest trying drinking wine if you want to have a little social cocktail, because there's no hangover. It's a lot less calories. It's a lot better for you. It's much better for your skin. Okay, I liked this question, you guys. If you could go back and give younger you any piece of advice, what would it be? And I think that I would tell myself to take a deep breath, like literally take a deep breath, unclench your jaw, relax your shoulders, and believe wholeheartedly that it's going to be all right. I can think back on so many times in life where I just thought that it was the end. Like, I'm never going to get my life together. I'm never going to get that dream job. I'm never going to find the right guy. I'm never going to get a new car. I'm never going to get that internship. Like, there's so many little moments in life that when you're in the moment, they seem like the biggest moment ever. They seem colossal, right? And if I could go back and tell myself, I would just tell myself, like, breathe, girl. Like, breathe. Or even those moments where you're like on the bathroom floor crying hysterically because you're heartbroken, or you got fired, or you had a friend break up. Literally, I just wish that I could go back and like hug that girl. Here I am, 33 years later, and it's not just okay. It's pretty fucking good over here. Like, it's pretty damn good. And I think too, like, we get caught up in this idea like of our dreams and what success means, and there's no blueprint for this kind of thing. Like, I remember there was a time when I was in college and I had a boyfriend, and we were like sitting in our dorm one night, just like talking about our dreams, you know, being young and in love. And he was telling me how he wants to be in the NBA, and not wants to be, how he's gonna be in the NBA. But in his mind, his dreams were attainable. Whereas my dreams, you know, I'm a journalism major and I had dreams of becoming the next Oprah. And I remember it clear as day. I'm telling him, like, yeah, you know, I'm going to intern at TMZ, which I ended up doing, by the way. I'm going to intern at Oprah Winfrey Network, which I ended up doing, by the way. But I'm going to do all the right things, and I'm going to get to my dream job in X amount of years because I'm following the blueprint. Like, I'm doing what they're telling me to do. I'm doing everything right. And I remember him looking me dead in my face and telling me, it's not that simple. It's not that simple, and it's not going to happen that way. And it's like, okay, well, coming from your man, you're like, okay, like, that was a little harsh. Like, Mr. NBA, like, you're no Michael Jordan either, sweetie. But for him to really shit on my dreams like that was probably my first ever moment in life where I kind of was like, okay, wait, maybe I don't have it all the way figured out. Maybe it's not going to go the way that I think that it is, especially if my boyfriend is sitting here telling me that. Fast forward a year or two later, my professor tells me the same thing. Hey, professor, I want to be a broadcast journalist, but I also want to, my specialty is going to be pop culture and sports. And he looked at me in my face and said, you can't do that. You have to pick one. This is in 2012. You have to pick one. Well, fast forward to 2025, Mr. Whatever your name is. I'm doing both, honey. I'm doing both. So you and the little ex-boyfriend were dead ass wrong. Did it happen in the time frame that I thought it was going to happen? Absolutely not. Did the blueprint work? Absolutely not. The trajectory of my life has not been linear, right? There's been so many ups and downs. Life ebbs and flows, as we all know. But I've arrived at this point, and although this is not, I don't believe this is my peak, I think that this is a really, really great high moment in my life. And whatever it took to get me here, I'm just thankful for. So yeah, to answer this question in a very long manner, I would tell that girl, breathe, honey. Take a deep breath. You're going to look up one day and be very, very happy with where you're at. Would you be down to kick my balls? You know, you know, we're going to end the segment on this question. Would you be down to kick my balls? Because I feel like, 2 a.m. in the bar, you never know what you're going to encounter. So if you ask me this at 2 a.m. in the bar, would you be down to kick my balls? I would ask you for how much? No, guys, what? Maybe this is a kink for someone, and I am not here to kink shame anyone. So if this is what you're into, I would direct you in the right direction, which is, I don't know, maybe like OnlyFans. There must be an app for this these days, but I would not be able to do such thing I do not volunteer my services to kick you in the balls. Thank you. Thank you for using our last question of our third quarter segment of Ask the Chat for that. Cheers to you. For the fourth quarter of every show, I want to leave you guys with a little nugget, a little word of advice. And it's going to be called the game plan. And this game plan is designed to help you win in life. Period. Today's game plan is called, and I quote, full stop with the destination happiness. Now, if you're not familiar with what destination happiness is, allow me, a chronic destination happiness abuser, to break it down for you. Basically, destination happiness is when you are constantly obsessing with that goal in the future, and you're relying on that goal in the future to provide you happiness, which means that the moment that you're in right now, you're incapable of enjoying because you're constantly thinking about what's next. When I get that raise, I'll be so happy. Oh, when I lose those 5 pounds, I will be the bat. You won't be able to tell me nothing. When I get that man, girl, ooh, I'm going to be so complete. Destination happiness is obsession with wanting to be elsewhere instead of honoring and appreciating where you are right now. I just think we talked about earlier something that I would have told my younger self. This is another thing I would have definitely told my younger self. Stop chasing happiness, okay? Happiness is not a destination on a map. It's not something that you arrive at. It's something that you create. I've learned that even in my darkest moments, if I focus on the little tiny pockets of joy throughout my day, it makes it so much easier to make it to the next day. For example, even today, I had to have a little come to Jesus moment with myself because I was just in a funk. And granted, I think I'm going to start my period soon, which means I don't know, everything sucks naturally, right? Literally everything sucks. Everyone's annoying. I'm sad and I have no reason to be. That's the period talking. But also, it's me struggling with this destination happiness. Today I woke up, I went to the gym. I had to Uber to the gym because I caught a flat tire the other day. Actually coming to film this podcast for the first time. Caught a flat tire. Had to cancel. Had to reschedule. Fast forward to today. I want to be able to do my normal routine. I want to be able to go to the gym. I want to be able to come home. I want to do my glam on time. But all of that gets scrapped because I have to arrange to pick my car up because I had a flat tire. Basically, I don't know, just the inconvenience of not being able to go through my day as I wanted to. But I had to have a little come to Jesus moment and really tell myself, girl, first of all, you've been working so hard. All you do is work and pay bills. And for a brief second, I forgot just how exciting this opportunity is to have a podcast, to have a platform, to have a community of people that care enough to hear about what I have to say. So I really had to slap myself a couple of times and remind myself that this is not a job. This is not work. This is not labor. This is fun. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. This is something that brings me joy, communicating and talking and connecting with people. This is such a treat. So had I not found this little pocket of joy today, I would have came into this podcast studio with a little stank attitude, irritated, frustrated. But I found the joy in it, right? Although today wasn't the best day ever, I had a lot of tasks that I didn't necessarily want to do. I didn't feel like working out. I didn't want to go to the dealership to pick up my car. I didn't want my makeup artist to be late. I didn't want to have to style my own hair myself for my first podcast ever. Blah, 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 blah. I think I did a good job by finding the joy in this day, which was being able to talk to you all, having a moment to connect with you all, having my first episode of the pregame. I found my joy. My challenge to you is full stop with the destination happiness, okay? I want you to romanticize all the little things in your life. If that means you have 30 minutes today to go for a walk because you had time for yourself. If that means you got to get your eyebrows done. If you painted your nails this week and maybe you didn't have a chance to go and get them done. Maybe you couldn't afford to. You took some time for yourself to romanticize the little things. Make yourself a cocktail before you sit down and watch Netflix for 50 hours tonight. Maybe do that laundry, okay? Because that is also a blessing to have a washer and dryer in your unit. Why don't you go wash them clothes, girl, and give yourself a treat for the weekend, have a clean apartment to come home to this whole weekend. Challenging you guys to do that this week, to do that tonight, to do that this month. The game plan this week is to romanticize all the little things, okay? You are the main character in this rom-com, sometimes horror, occasional drama film, okay? And I want you to take up space, take up time, and I want you to find the happiness exactly where you're at. Well, all right, guys, that concludes the first episode of the pregame. As I said before, I really hope to curate a moment, a podcast that you'll turn on anytime you want to just like chill and yap. Maybe you are getting ready for the night out. You're chilling on the couch. You're on your way to work. I'm totally down to be the bestie in your ear, talking you through all the latest trends, giving you some life advice, throwing a little health and wellness with a side of tequila, okay? Or maybe wine if we're on our health kick. But it's so nice to pod meet you. Is that what we call this? It's a pod meet. It's so nice to be in this moment with you guys. So I'm really deeply appreciative. Thanks for push and play. Thanks for being here with me. And I'll catch you next time. Kayla Nicole. Logging off.